Welcome to Lakebaypotteru. This is our first in a series, hopefully, of some video explanations of what I do. I'm Gary Andersen. Lakebay is on the Key Peninsula, and it's about 17 miles southwest of Gig Harbor. I've been making pottery for about 35 years and totally enjoy it. I keep telling people that if I won the lottery, I'd probably make pottery and give it away. That's how much I enjoy it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to make a cowboy mug, and just an explanation on the name. The Cowboy Mug was named after a radio station in Fife that was called the Cowboy, and we did a promotion, a country western promotion. We sent country western singers with the radio station logo on it, and so that's where the name came from. The name of the station was the Cowboy, and so that's where the mug name came from. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through steps. I'm going to show you how the throwing, how to put a handle on, how to stamp it with words or technology, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. The first step in making a mug is you have to center your clay. Okay, so I'm going to bring it up into a cone, and then you take it back down. And when you're centering, you're doing two things. You're getting the clay in the center of the wheel, but you're also looking and feeling for flaws or bubbles, things that could affect the finished piece of pottery. And you don't want those, so you just do it a couple of times till you're really comfortable with it, that it's gonna. And now I'm gonna take it down, and what I call my karate chop, I'm gonna level it off. And the next step then is to open it up. I'm going to go down. I want about that much depth there. I'm going to open it up. What I'm going to be trying for on the mug is I want a 4-inch cylinder, 5 inches tall. Okay? I just use it. The reason for this is just to compress the bottom so it doesn't crack. Now I'm going to recenter it, bring it into a cone shape. If you don't use the cone shape, your clay ends at 10. Here wants to do this and spread out like a hubcap, and you don't want that. So my first pull, I'm going to pull it up. And when you're pulling clay up, the higher you go, the slower you go. Okay? There's one pull. Normally it's 3 pulls, but sometimes it takes 4. Here's pull number 2. And here's pull number 3. If you, for any reason, you get it taller than 5 inches, you can always trim it down. So I'm going to check it real quick. See, look at that, right on 4 inches. Okay. Okay, I need one more pull because I'm not quite high enough yet. You can see the bulge where I'm pushing the clay out over my outside finger. Okay, now let's check it. Oh, just a little bit short of 5 inches. Right on 4 still. And here, one more pull just to get. It's better to have it a little bit higher than lower when you're trying for a size. You know, like I say, you can always trim it. I think we're about there. Oh, right on the money, 5 inches and 4. Now I'm going to take my wooden knife and I'm going to smooth out the cylinder, get it all kind of cleaned up, and then I have this special, this is called a rib, and this curve right here is going to form the lip of the mug when I finish it up. So I'm going to go and just get it all smoothed out. Bend the lip over, and if I did it right, it should be 4 1/4 inches. It's a little bit short of 4 1/4, not bad. I can spread that out just a little bit more. Take my knife again and kind of clean up the bottom a little bit. And what I'm going to do now is, rather than trim these individually, I undercut it like this. And that's my finished bottom right there. Then I gotta get the water out Some people leave the water in the bottom. I don't, because it takes forever to dry if you do that. And when I bring my sponge up, I kind of clean up the inside a little bit and check the 4 1/4 rating. That was okay. Last thing I do is take my plastic and I smooth out the lead edge. And that's the basic shape of a cowboy mug right there. The next step in the process is to make the handle for the mug. I like to pull my handles because I feel I get a better shape. Some people like to extrude their handles. You can do it either way. You notice I'm turning it around so it gets nice and round, and then I take my thumb and I'm going to flatten it out. Okay, and it just makes a nice, comfortable handle to hold on to, and it's easy to do. Now this is wet, and so I got to let it dry a while before I can attach it to the mug. Now, what I normally do is I take it up here and I set it like that, and then I have it, if I have to speed it up, I have a hair dryer, and that just speeds it up so I can attach it quicker. Otherwise, you have to wait probably an hour or more. The next step, after the mug is firmed up and the handle is firmed up, is I'm going to attach the handle. What I do is I take a needle tool and I'm going to score where I'm going to attach it. That just makes for a nice, clean, firm attachment. So I add a little bit of water because you need a little bit of moisture so it'll stick. And then I have to get the handle, which is all dry and ready to go. When I attach the handle, I have to make a nice smooth attachment to the mug, so I usually flatten out the end like this, nice and thin. And I attach it. I attach the bottom. I'm going to bring this up and I press it in really tight. And then I trim the bottom off about a ½ inch from the bottom. I attach it. I have a special tool that I made, it's my own design, and that's what I use to firmly attach that. The last step in the handle is I have a thumb, I don't know what you call it, thumb holder, and I just put that on there like that, and then I add some water so it's good and attached. I go through and I smooth this out, get all the rough spots off, and then I just have to let it dry. Once the mug is dry enough to imprint, I take my circle. I use a circle as a guide, just a very light circle like that, and then I am going to stamp in the words Home Port, which is the name of a restaurant. I always specialize in custom orders, so it's really kind of fun. You can do things for friends or relatives, or makes a nice gift idea. If you can give them something that's really special that maybe has their name on it. Now, for the Home Port, they have steady customers, and they usually order these with their name in the back. And the way you do that is I just turn it around and put a little thing there, and let's go with Bill, okay? So you end up with a name on it, so now you got a personalized mug. This is Home Port. And the last thing I do is I break the seal at the bottom, and I'm going to trim that off, cut that off, and let it dry. You can let it dry on there, but it takes forever, so you trim it like that, and then you're all done. That is finished mug. Okay, the next step after the mug's dried is you have to fire it. Turn it from clay into glass. And the first fire is called the bisque fire. Okay, and that just turns it to a low temperature, about 1400 degrees, and turns it into porous glass. Then the next step is, once you get it done, you take and add this iron oxide to the letters, and you add your glaze, you trim blue or green, whatever you're going to do, and you fire it for the glaze fire, which is about 3500 degrees, and you end up with a finished mug that looks like this. Thanks for joining us. Pottery is a lot of fun. If you ever want to take lessons, let me know. Okay? Bye-bye.